Okay, cool. Let's let the last few of you in, and then we'll get straight into today's live, which is going to be super powerful for those of you that are lacking that discipline right now. You need a little bit of a kick, a little bit of a reboot, a bit of a restart. This live is going to help you with that because we're going to dive deep into discipline and getting you on track. So, for any of you having a little bit of an off moment, this is your chance now to reset, to get things moving, to get that motion in motion again, so you can start to feel good and get yourself back on track. So let's dive into. We're going to open the end of the call up for some Q and A, some questions. So if you guys have got any questions, by all means, bring them to the back end of the call. Okay, so I want to make sure that today's call giving you as much value as we can. We're going to be diving into the 30-day discipline reset. So this is how you're going to take control of your life, not just over the next 30 days, but ultimately going forward. Because if you can learn this simple blueprint, it's going to set you up for success, not just within your health, within your physique, getting you the best shape of your life, getting you shredded, but also going forward long term as well. So today's call is going to be highlighting how you are going to take control of your life in the next 30 days. So let me ask you a question, guys. Okay. And you can put this in the chat box so we can answer these at the end of the call. What would your life look like 30 days from now if you kept every promise that you made to yourself? Pretty transformative, right? Pretty life changing. And now we're not talking 6 months. We're not talking 8 months, 9 months, a year. We are talking 30 days from now. What would your life look like 30 days from now if you kept the promises you make to yourself as of this moment going forwards? And you're probably established right now for a lot of guys, it's not necessarily relying on motivation. You don't need more motivation. This whole buzzword of motivation, it just gets overused. We're always waiting for this word of motivation to come up. And it's a very, very fleeing emotion, motivation, because it comes and then it goes. Okay. So we don't need more motivation. You're not going to suddenly wake up one day and think, I'm motivated today, let's do it. We need to take matters into our own hands. And this is where we need fewer negotiations. We need fewer negotiations with ourselves. We need to stay every day. We need to stay aligned to tiny, small decisions. Because if we're making those decisions day to day, for example, the time you get up in the morning, you're not hitting that snooze button, you're waking up, or you're waking up and scrolling, or you're waking up and you're going out for a walk, whether you're ordering a takeaway. These little micro decisions ultimately going to determine how you feel and how you show up, not just 30 days from now, but years from now. This is the blueprint to ensure that you succeed going forwards. Okay. Because if you're not aligning yourself in the right way, these small daily habits become a long-term habits, and that's how they're ingrained into your subconscious mind. And we want to make sure that we are standing guard and we're only doing things that are aligned to us and the positive development and growth of us as individuals, as men. So why does discipline matter? For a lot of you guys, you're probably thinking this word discipline gets overused as well. Discipline equals freedom. Okay. And there's a lot of truth behind that. Discipline matters at a really deep, deep forward level. Okay. Discipline doesn't mean being restrictive. For a lot of guys, I hear them thinking, oh, if I'm being disciplined, they use it as a bad word. It's not. It's not a bad thing. The life you want is on the other side of being disciplined. If you're disciplined day in, day out, that is going to get you to your ultimate version of who you want to become, that 2.0 version of you that you are creating. Discipline is going to give you options. If you are more disciplined, you are going to get more options. If you're in better shape, it's going to put you in a better position going forward within your work, your career. It's going to give you better options because that comes down to discipline, being disciplined with your mind, being disciplined with your body, and ultimately the food choices you make and how you show up as a man on a day-to-day basis is ultimately going to determine the options you get on a not just a day-to-day level, but a future version of you as well. Okay. Because if you're in better shape than you are now, right now, you want to be in a position 30 days from now or 60 days from now where your physique is, really dialed in, then it's going to give you the ability to make better choices, acting as if you already are that future version of you. Okay. Because even if we use these as examples, when you're more disciplined with your money, you have financial freedom. When you're more disciplined with your health, you have more energy. When you're more disciplined with your time, you can create better opportunities. Okay. So discipline is not a bad thing. It is a very, very good thing. Okay. Freedom isn't found in doing whatever you like, whatever you feel like. It's created by consistently doing what matters most to you. Okay. You have got to do what is in alignment to you on a day-to-day basis. And the goal over this next 30 days isn't about being perfect. It's not about having everything figured out. Okay. It's not about being perfect. Those of you that feel like it is, just put some thumbs up in the chat box. Okay, yeah, cool. See you then. All right, okay, cool. It's actually proven to yourself that you can actually keep your word. If you're keeping your word, you're building discipline, you're building self-respect, trust. All these things are adding into the goodwill bank account of who you are as a person, and it's up leveling you as a person, as a man, as a human being. Now, these three daily decisions are going to be the things that change everything in your life. If you can nail these, it's going to be so easy for you guys going forwards. So, decision number one is you need to raise your standards. You need to decide right now that you're going to commit to this. You need to raise your standards. You need to commit and you need to decide that you're going to commit, that you no longer tolerate what is less than what you're capable of. You are going to raise your standards. There's no point of sitting here and thinking, I might do it. If you're serious about change, you have to decide, you have to make that decision that I am going to raise my standards no matter what. I'm going to level up now going forward. And this is the life that I live and the person that I'm becoming. This is not someone that is just a fleeing person that dips in and out. This is the person you're becoming, and you live by these standards, these decisions every single day. Okay. So when we think about this in a real life scenario, we don't need to ask ourselves, do I feel like it? Because I can imagine for a lot of you, even myself included, if I constantly woke up and felt, do I feel like it? Guaranteed, 3 to 4 of my gym sessions wouldn't get done because the majority of the time you're not going to feel like it. Okay. What we need to start doing is we need to start flipping it. We need to start asking ourselves, is this the person I want to become? The decisions I'm making now, is this aligned to the person I want to become? Okay. Because that identity, that self-identity, when you're asking those questions, is actually empowering you. And that identity actually drives your behavior. So when you can actually drive your identity, that's going to change your behavior and who you are, how you act on a day-to-day basis, and the decisions ultimately that you make on a day-to-day basis. And if you are seeing yourself as someone who follows through daily, then your actions are going to match the identity. And that is going to become ingrained subconsciously 30 days from now. And this is why 30 days is so powerful. 30 days to build a habit, super powerful. You can build habits in 30 days, but you've got to stick to it. Okay, so who here is going to decide to raise their standards? Put it in the chat box. All right, okay, cool. I want to see all of you, not just a couple of you, all of you raising your standards. Decision number two, we need to remove the daily negotiation. So if we look at successful people as an example, successful people make small decisions daily and they stick to them. It's not loads of little different decisions. It's actually those small repetitions that they're going to do on a day-to-day basis that are actually going to decide for them who they're becoming. Okay. So I want you to spend some time now. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes while I'm reading this. Decide what are your daily non-negotiables. Okay. What are your daily non-negotiables on a day-to-day basis? I want you to now decide in advance what it is you're going to stick to for the next 30 days. It might be to walk every day for 10 minutes in the morning. It might be to read 10 pages. It might be to drink 2 liters of water. It might be no phone before 8 a.m. There's no benefit of you guys going on your phone before 8 a.m. unless you start work considerably earlier. There's no benefit in getting up and checking your emails first thing in the morning. The best thing you can do is walk, read, or walk and study every day, first thing in the morning. You need to callous your mind. Your subconscious mind is influenced first thing in the morning and last thing at night. So if you're reading the news as soon as you wake up, there's no question you're going to feel shy throughout the rest of the day. But if you're reading something that's going to be positive, it's going to pour back into you, then there's no coincidence as to why you're going to feel good when you wake up in the morning and the rest of the day. It's those daily decisions, okay, that you're making that are going to actually move you in a direction of the person you want to become. Okay. So give yourself a little bit more time to write these down as I move into the next slide. And the most important thing is once you've decided on these things, I would pick three things: mind, body, and mental well-being. Okay, mind could be studying, body could be training, mental well-being could be walking. So they're all interlinked. They all work hand in hand. Don't debate them, step into them. Again, you have to decide you're going to step into them. Decision three, win today. Okay. Not tomorrow, win today. Most guys fail because they're overwhelmed by seeing, oh, but it's due for 30 days. What am I going to do? 30 days. I'm gonna crash out. No, just win today. Once you win today, then you can repeat tomorrow. When you repeat tomorrow, then that has a knock-on effect. So just focus on three realistic things you can do on a day-to-day basis. Protect that non-negotiable time and commit to it every single day. Weekends as well, guys. No slipping on the weekends. The weekends, if you think Saturday and Sunday, that is 2 days out of your seven. Okay. 2 days out of your 7 days. That's a big chunk. So it's important that you stick to it Monday through to Sunday. And momentum is built one day at a time in those small decisions that you make. Okay. So now I'm going to give you some more value on this. The 30-day reset method. This is going to be key. There's going to be 5 things that you are going to do for the next 30 days. And if you commit to those daily 5 actions, it is going to be transforming for you. Only if you decide that you're going to commit to it. Okay. The first pillar is going to be movement. Every day, I want you moving, whether it is 30 minutes of a walk, stretching, 20 to 30 minutes is a minimum target. That should be the minimum. No one should be doing any less than 30 minutes a day. Walk, go to the gym, do some form of combat training, martial arts, whether it's jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, whether it's judo, something that is going to challenge you, boxing. It's going to challenge you physically, but also mentally as well. So move your body. Anything that's going to get you moving, especially for you guys as well, right? You should be doing these things as a minimum. At least going to the gym and walking and doing some form of outside movement for at least 30 minutes a day. Okay, this should be the pillars that you build everything from. And that's why it's first. Second thing is feed your mind. Again, move your body, feed your mind. If you're not feeding your mind with good things, you're feeding your mind with bad things. The majority of the time with today's society, today's world, if you're not mindful, you're taking in the outside information and that impacts your subconscious mind. So you need to make sure on a day-to-day basis, you're feeding your mind with positive things that are going to lift you up, not bring you down. If you're scrolling on social media, delete Instagram. For goodness sake, you are constantly scrolling, delete it. Go, go ghost mode for 30 days. Same as Facebook, same as YouTube. Get a book out, start reading a book. If you want recommendations, let me know and I'll send you some books over. Okay. Listen to a podcast. If you don't like reading, I would say always read, try it. Listen to a podcast, journal, do something that makes you better. If you're not growing, you're moving backwards. No one wants to move backwards. Okay. Number 3, complete one meaningful task. So this is where we get into the nitty-gritty little details here. Okay. Ask yourself, guys, at the end of each day, there's always going to be things you could have done. Could have done better. Maybe you didn't give your all. Each night, I want you to go to bed before you sleep, and I want you to ask yourself, what's one thing that I could do that's going to move my life forwards today? Or even if you're doing it in the morning, do it as what can I do today that's going to move my life forward? If you're doing it at night, what's one thing that I can do tomorrow that is going to move me in the direction of my goals, my dreams, whatever I'm working on? One thing, that's it. That's the third thing. And do it before the distractions take over. That's why your morning time is so important. Get up, get moving, do a 20-minute walk, read for 10 minutes, read 10 pages of a book or, read for 10 minutes and then do one meaningful task. One thing you've been putting off, do it straight away. You think you spent an hour getting up an hour early, you've gone win, win, win. First thing, that is going to have a massive impact on how you move forwards. You're going to feel amazing. Number 4, keep one promise to yourself. So when we think about these promises, you need to start small. One promise every day, that is it. And the promises could even be these things here. Step 1, 2, or 3. Moving your body, that's a promise you're going to make to yourself. Or feeding your mind, that's a promise you're going to make to yourself. Doing that one meaningful task, that's a promise you're going to make to yourself. Okay? The more evidence you can prove to your subconscious, your mind, your subconscious mind, the more confident you're going to get. You're not going to wake up one day and feel confident. You need to take action. Okay? Confidence comes from doing the day-to-day actions, keeping those promises to yourself, and growing through the evidence that you're providing to yourself. Okay. I was meant to put 4 daily actions. I don't want to put 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 daily actions. Okay. Now, for the next 30 days, I want you to stop trying to feel motivated. So many guys that wake up and they're like, you know what? I just wish I felt motivated today. Trust me, if I felt motivated If I was motivated half the time, I would get to the gym every single day. Okay. But it's not about that. And it's not that I need to go every day. And for you guys, it's the same. You don't need to train every day. The main thing is you follow the plan, not the mood. You don't wake up feeling I need to feel motivated, or I need to wait to go to the gym to feel motivated. I need to feel motivated to go to the gym and train. No, it doesn't work like that, guys. It does not work like that. Your challenge is simple. Every day you need to complete your 4 daily commitments, not five, 4 daily commitments. If you miss one day, what are you going to do? Be honest, what are you going to do? Well, one thing is you're not going to self-sabotage. Second thing is you're not going to quit. And you're definitely not going to wait until the next week or Monday to restart. You're going to pick yourself up and you're going to go again. Okay? You are going to get back up and you are going to again go again on the very next day or the very next moment. It doesn't mean you failed. It's just feedback, guys. It's feedback that whatever you've done, maybe it didn't work. So you go again. And it's not about not slipping up or not having a bad moment. It's about refusing to stay down. It's refusing to stay down, refusing to see that this is where I am and I'm stuck. This is the reason why I'm stuck. No, you use that as an opportunity to bounce back and come back stronger, because 30 days from now, not only are you going to feel amazing, and not only if you're going to complete the 30-day challenge, you're going to prove more evidence to yourself. You're someone who follows through. And once you start to build that belief through your actions, everything becomes easier. You're basically reprogramming your mind. When you're sticking to something consistently for 30 days, you commit and you stick to it, you're proving to yourself you can do it. That is more belief to your subconscious that I can. I'm someone that follows through. I'm someone that does it. So you're changing your identity in real time. That's why it's so important you stick to this. So let me ask you guys, are you ready to reset in the next 30 days and become the person that you know you're capable of being? Are you? I want to see some yeses in the chat box. That's cool. Yes. Yes, yes. Nice. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you guys are all in, because the first step is making that decision. The first step is committing to being all in. Okay. So we're going to open the floor up now to some questions. I'm going to stop recording the live. This will be recorded and updated for you guys, but I'll stop recording it now. And you can fire away in the chat box. Let's see some questions. Okay, cool. Awesome. Let's answer these questions.